Hello, Supers. How are you doing, mate? Bruh, no way. No way. You guys kind of liked, I don't know if you really liked the part 1 of Chicki Picki fanfic. But some people said, yeah, go ahead, make a part 2. And I fucking did. So basically, I was writing a lot in Germany. Finally, Chicki Picki part 2. Yeah, insanity. This is just fucking insane, guys. This is fucking crazy. Yeah, so basically, let's just say part 1 was quite crazy, but part 2 will be even fucking crazier, to be honest. It's gonna be like, I don't know, basically how I would picture season 4 of Frank SMP. I even suggested to Fumbi to do something similar in the past, but you know, he didn't do it, so yeah, fun fiction. I'm gonna write a whole ass fanfic. Oh, hold on, let me just fix it so you don't see Grammarly, because Grammarly just gonna highlight half the shit. Right, disable Grammarly in the browser. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Well, I don't see the point of really waiting. I'm just gonna drink some water. Just gonna wait an hour, like 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about one thing. So let me just fix it real fast. I need the YouTube thingy to work. I know YouTube is not really like there's usually like nobody watching from YouTube, but just in case someone is, I'm gonna pull the chat. Hold on. Pulling the chat. I'm so mastermindful and pulling the chat for real. Livestream.str. That's kind of a file name. That's crazy. I know YouTube is not really... Okay, well, now that's crazy. FICKI. Boom. Let me ping the Discord server. Oh, I don't have to ping it again. Hold on. I'm just gonna write V live. Oh my god. OMG. Okay. Awesome. Well, fellas. Yeah, fellas. We're ready to start. Insanity for real. Hold on. Yo guys, I started streaming. I'll be in streaming with C. Yeah. Yeah guys, I'll be in streaming with C. See ya.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, I'm streaming with Chicki Picki. OMG. For real. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna deafen and undeafen between chapters in case someone has any questions. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write a message right now. Reading and answering questions between chapters. For real. Yeah. That sounds pretty reasonable and pretty fair. Let me just pin it real fast, and then we're ready to go. Insanity, bro. It's insane. Unstable? Who cares? I'm never stable. All right, fellas. Chicki Picki, part 2. The SMP fanfiction. Insane. It went too far. It went too fucking far. Let's fucking go. 9k words. Let's go, guys. Let's see how fast I can fucking do it and how good I can fucking do it. Let's go. The Frank SMP fanfiction Chicki Picki part 2. Chapter 1. Recap. The past always determines the future, so ignoring it is a big mistake. The story started with a chicken who just wanted to save its kind from extinction and slowly and solve everything peacefully. But she was humored by the new mobs, leading her to a much darker, complicated path in life. Through her experiments, she was able to achieve things that were considered impossible, like going to the moon and controlling hostile mobs. And the craziest of her experiments even led to her having a new body, making her a first ever mob who was able to get a human body. Even better than just a human body. A body with wings. There was an attempt to stop her by a brave cow called Frank the Cow, but he paid dearly, and many years after the original attack with Picki on Picki headquarters, it was sent to a weird never dimension. But he paid dearly. Now he's trapped under the golden net, which suppresses his powers. Brave players who have an advantage over mobs because of their immortality try to save Frank the Cow, but they were tricked by saving an electronic duplicate and were transported to space. However, they were saved by a noble bot who was created to prevent the Picki organization from rising again and starting a new war between mobs. The original war nearly eradicated every new mob, but now spawn rates are more or less equal. But because it was a long distance and took a lot of power to teleport the players, the bot sacrificed himself as his circus fried forever. He died. Players were tricked by fake Frank, who was controlled by the supreme Picki, to build a new laboratory and a second headquarters for Picki organization. The leader of players, Protus, launched an attack on this new lab, and he thought he slayed supreme Picki for good. However, she finally revealed that she had a new body, and the our one was a decently controlled fake one. Still, they were close to winning regardless. They were close to killing her again, as Protus nearly took off the golden net of Frank. But Frank has powers that could have been able to put the supreme Chicki to rest. But the players were betrayed by Mishrup. As soon as he regained consciousness, he ran in and stabbed Protus from behind. Such a backstabber. He claimed that from this day forth, he will forever serve the supreme Picki. Everyone else was trapped and screaming and cursing at Mishrup. The supreme Picki was also confused, but agreed and snapped her fingers, activating the sleeping gas in cell, putting every player except Mishrup to sleep. Before that, she claimed that she will make great things out of them. Ooh, alright, that was the recap. That was a very short recap, so in case you guys missed the previous one and you wanna learn more, there's a link here, as well as it's already out on my channel, and there's a Google Doc, so if you wanna read it at any point, feel free. For real. Alright, and I'm gonna undeafen in Discord. Nah, nobody is here to ask questions, so let's fucking go. Real? Yeah, real. Alright, let's do fucking chapter 2, the new rise. Oh my god. The power balance shifted very fast from the Picki organization being banished to a weird never looking dimension to now not having many opposition that can threaten them at all. Before, there were a lot of players under the guidance of the bot. But the bot is now dead, completely unfixable. Because Mishrup swapped sides last seconds, nearly every player got trapped and put to sleep. While they were knocked out, the supreme Picki started experimenting on them, and the first thing she did was implement brain implants that allowed her to control their will. And now every single one of the trap players is also on the Picki side. So basically, they're mind control puppets. This would have been so bad, just a few players, but she didn't just change their minds. Through her experiments, she was able to give them special abilities. Some of the players now could teleport around, which is very useful in combat. A few of ours developed sonic boom abilities similar to Warden's. And one of the players gained the ability to float and swim underwater. The other got the ability to breathe underwater. And most of the players got a strength boost. Yeah. Mishrup became way more happy since this drastic change in his life happened. In the past, not many people liked him very much, and they're always slightly hostile towards him. In Chicki Picki Supreme, he found a friend he was looking for, and very fast, he became her right-hand man, and she gave him back control of our players. Mishrop never regretted betraying Protus, as finally, for the first time in his life, he was feeling happy, and he had a feeling of belonging to the Chicki Picki cause. He was no longer constantly judged by anyone. Everything would have been perfect for a Chicki Picki organization, but there was just one thing. They probably would have soon come out of the shadows officially and maybe restarted the war, but way more aggressively. Unfortunately for them, there was just one untied loose end, just one little thing. Shrinkception reference? No way. Oh my god. So basically, the inspiration of the abilities is because what I suggested for Fombit back in the day was that we do like origins after like we get trapped in the lab. So yeah, that's basically my inspiration. But you're gonna see. Well, now we're gonna go to chapter 3, the untied loose ends. Unfortunately for the Chicki Picki organization, there were a few spies in their facilities who communicated everything that was going on to the official anti-Chicki Picki organization. Through their creation, the bot was destroyed beyond repair, and there was no time to create a new one before the Chicki Picki uprising would happen. There was just one little hope left. Protus. Well, he was killed by Mishrop. Protus was one of the players, which means he could respawn. So that is exactly what happened. Protus opened his eyes in a village where the last time he slept. He never died before, as he was pretty good, so he never set his spawn point at the community base. Fuck, this fucking idiot! He screamed out loud while punching a wall in the house. He lost everything, and now most likely, the hours at the community base was also destroyed as well by the Chicki Picki organization. So basically, their base was destroyed. He exited the house, shaking from his anger and disappointment. He sat down on the cobblestone stair, and thoughts started racing in his head. How could he? Why did he do this? This motherfucker! I trusted him more or less. What is going to happen to the rest of them? He stood up and screamed in disappointment. Is there even a fucking point in fighting anymore? And just fell to the ground. A small chicken walked up to Protus and looked into his face. Oh my fucking god, it is one of them! Protus screamed and tried to punch it with his leg. Ouch! Be careful, I'm sorry I scared you, but I'm not one of them, said the little chicken. What? Who are you then? Said Protus a bit more calmly, but still a bit aggressive. I'm a member of the anti-Chicki Picki organization. We don't want another war, and our species, spies, just told us what happened recently, and about Supreme Chicki Picki's new body and also her new friend, said the little chicken. You really want me to believe this? This is definitely a fucking trap, said Protus, preparing to squish the little chicken. Wait, hold on. Frog, come out, please. The little chicken said loudly. Frog? Protus stopped trying to squish the little chicken, as he was confused. Frog jumped from the bush. He is telling the truth. We are allied against Chicki Picki, as she will just cause another war. The first war nearly exterminated my kind, but since she was gone for many years, we were able to rebound and spawn rates normalized, said the frog. Oh god, I'm sorry, but it seems like now they have more of an advantage. I failed, and now we're all fucking doomed, said Protus. No, not yet. You're our last hope of stopping the Chicki Picki organization for good. You need to get gear and start training, or else we are truly doomed, Frog said calmly. I don't think I can. I'm not good enough. I will fail you guys, said Protus. Don't you want at least to try to save your friends and help us stop the Supreme Chicki Picki for good? We'll help you with everything we can, but we're not much of a fighters, said the little chicken. I see. I wish I could save my friends and stop the Supreme Chicki Picki, but mostly I want to punish this fucking traitor, said Protus. Protus began preparations immediately. He went mining and got enough diamonds for the future netherite set. Later, Protus went to the nether to get enough netherite, as he would definitely need to have the best armor to stand a chance against the Supreme Chicki Picki and Mishra. Protus was crafting his sword a few days later after talking to the little chicken and the frog. While crafting, he heard the jumping noises and turned around, prepared for an early attack or something worse. But it was just the frog. Without the little chicken this time. Hi frog, what's up? I was almost ready, and tomorrow I feel like it'll be a perfect time to attack, said Protus, excited for a battle of the century. No, you're not ready, said Frog sadly. What? What's wrong, Frog? I'm ready as I will ever be, said Protus confidently. She corrupted them. She fucked their minds up. Now we're not imprisoned anymore. We want to serve her and him like some weird queen and king couple, said the frog sadly. Wait, what are you talking about? What happened? Protus already understood everything in his mind, just couldn't believe it was possible. She corrupted your friends. They're now like her loyal dogs. And Mishra is her right-hand man. But we suspect it's deeper than that, Frog said to clarify. This is impossible. Not my friends. This bitch will pay for everything, Protus said calmly but a bit more spiteful. This is not even the worst part. She gave them powers, somehow using their technology. Some of them are able to teleport and some shoot sonic booms. Ours are super powerful. Most of them got insane power enhancement. Frog said like there was no more hope in the world left. This is insane. I can't believe this, said Protus with his mouth open wide from the shock. If you still want to help us, you'll have to fight them and train very hard. Fighting wardens, endermans, and skeletons. While you're training, we will figure out if we can somehow free their minds, said the froggy. I understand, said Protus with determination. So Protus began training every day, fighting a ton of mobs at the same time to improve his combat abilities. The hardest part of Protus, but he will have to fight his friends and overcome a psychological block in his mind, and it's gonna be a lot harder than he thinks. A few weeks later, the little chicken showed up to the village to speak with Protus. Protus was quite surprised and nearly killed the poor little chicken. Never fucking again try to sneak up on me when I'm busy, said Protus while pushing away his sword. I'm sorry. I have great news though. We potentially found a way to free your friends from the influence of the Supreme Chicki Picki, and a way to temporarily knock them out, said the little chicken. This is awesome news! Please tell me, how do I do it? Said Protus very excitedly, as he had a glimmer of hope for the first time in weeks. Here, take this bundle. In it there are 3 potions. The black and green splash onto your friend to blind them and temporarily put them out of order for a few minutes, or maybe like 5 minutes or so. Then splash the Supreme Chicki Picki with a sign potion to damage the control device of their mind, as she should carry it on her to control them, said the little chicken. Awesome. Thank you very much. When should I attack? Asked Protus. The plan is ready going tomorrow. Are you ready? Asked the little chicken excitedly. Protus smiled and said, as ready as I will ever be. Frog bundle? No way. Snapshot reference? Oh my god, for real. It is a snapshot reference. So, okay. Mid-chapter break. Any questions so far? I'm gonna just drink up and then I'm gonna continue. We're 3 chapters out of, I don't know how many, like 12? It's insane. Yeah, alright. Snapshot reference? Yeah, for real. Crazy. Alright, let's go. Fucking insane chapter. For a few minutes, however long it takes for Protus to defeat Supreme Chicki Picki. Yeah. 12? What? Yeah. Alright, let's go. Timur Mu, you're gonna be surprised. Anyways, let's go. Chapter 4. Protus attacks. Sadly for Protus, the spies were on both sides, and the Supreme Chicki Picki was alerted about the upcoming attack. So she started the preparation immediately, putting a bunch of warrants and the armor mobs on the way of Protus to try to stop him before he could even make it close to them. The last 2 layers of defense will be Mishrop and the enhanced player army. And the final layer is Supreme Chicki Picki protecting Frank from being rescued. Alright, Mishrop. Is everyone at their positions? Asked the Supreme Chicki Picki. Of course, Chicki. Every single player is ready to tear Protus apart. I made sure of it. Mishrop answered while smiling. Alright, good job. Remember, if he shows up, do everything in your power so that he doesn't get anywhere close to the room with Frank, or else everything we worked for will fall apart. Chicki Picki said calmly. Don't worry, everything will be alright. I will destroy him myself if I have to. He has nothing. He is coming in alone, Mishrop said confidently. If everything goes south, and he'll manage to kill me, will you continue fighting? Will you please take my place? Said the Supreme Chicki Picki with fear in her eyes. I will not even let him touch you with his finger. You're fine, trust me. I will pull him apart for you. You're my best friend, and I never have felt happier in my life, and I won't let him take it away from me. Mishrop hugged the Supreme Chicki Picki while saying this. Thank you, I believe in you. She forced a smile at Mishrop, walked into the room with Frank and closed the door behind her. Frank was sitting in the cage, that little room with his mouth blocked under the golden net. He swore to himself that he saw a grin on Chicki Picki's face when she shut the door. Protus has finally arrived at the facility, overworld headquarters. He very quickly got rid of the wardens who were guarding the entrance, as he already had a ton of experience with them, especially the experience of killing them. The Supreme Chicki Picki knew that this would happen, but it was worth a shot. Maybe he would have killed him or something, or at least gave him more time. Protus easily destroyed every hostile entity on every floor, and not even reinforced Scalibop could leave a scratch on his armor. Protus finally entered the room with Mishrop and the army of players. Mishrop made a gesture, telling players to hold on. I will try to speak to him first, Mishrop said calmly. Speak? There's nothing to speak to you about, you dirty little traitor, said Protus angrily. I'm sorry, Protus. I couldn't let you kill her. I feel here much better than before. Almost like I finally found what makes me happy, said Mishrop. So I didn't make you happy, huh? I let you stay around. Well, nobody wanted to be around you after all the things you do. And this is how you repay me? Stabbing me in the fucking back? Said Protus angry. I'm thankful for everything you did, but this is my destiny. I feel much happier now, and so does everyone else. And Chicki, she's not even that bad. You are in the fucking wrong here. You understand we're fighting hypocrites. Your ideas are great, and I will do everything in my power to help her improve this world, regardless of what anyone thinks. She can do so much! Join us, said Mishrop with hope and appreciation in his eyes. I'm glad you're fucking happy now, but I know she's holding them forcefully here. By building your own happiness, you took away mine. He screamed it out loud and charged to attack Mishra. Then Mishra snapped his fingers and every player started attacking Protus. Two guys teleported in front of Protus, blocking his blade an inch before it have hit Mishra's face. The other two grabbed Protus and started pulling with their strength, nearly taking off his armor. Protus punched one in the face and started backing up into a corner, and in less than seconds, he was surrounded by every single player. "This is all you got?" screamed Protus, looking at Mishra. Then he was pushed on the floor, and now he was surrounded by every single corrupted player. They can kill you right here and right now. Give up, Protus. Your fight is pointless, screamed Mishra, making sure that Protus could hear him on the floor. Never! Protus screamed and threw the potions to freeze the players and blind them. What the hell? Mish screamed. Move! Do something! But regardless of what Mish said, they didn't move and nothing happened. Protus laughed hysterically and charged at Mishra with the sword ready to kill. Mishra was barely able to take out his sword to block the swing and barely avoided getting slayed right there and then. Protus punched. His were strong and his Neverite sword was stronger than Mishra's diamond sword. With every power in his might, Protus landed the toughest swing and Mishra's sword flew out of his hand and Mishra fell on the ground. I would have given you last words, but you don't deserve it. Protus said that and swung his sword at Mishra's head. Mishra smiled on the floor. Not so fast! Mishra screamed and flames erupted out of his hands, blocking the swing. What the actual fuck? Screamed Protus while backing up. You think only they got enhancements? You will never bring me down, Mishra said confidently, and fire started to erupt out of his hands. And Protus now had to try his best to block it with his Neverite swords. Protus tried to surprise attack Mishra with the hour arm to knock him out, but Mishra managed to breathe some fire out of his mouth, nearly burning Protus's hand off. Protus had to come up with something. Mishra started to gain an upper hand in the battle. Give up, Protus, or else I will burn you to the crisp, Mishra said while emitting as much fire as possible out of his arms, creating something like a fire blade. Protus used the moment of Mishra speaking and poured a water bucket straight into his face, as he thought he must be weak to water now. Ah, you seriously think water can hurt? Mishra couldn't finish the sentence, as Protus punched him in the head with the empty bucket as hard as he could, knocking Mishra out. There was no time to waste in case the players woke up, so Protus just walked into the room with the supreme Chicki Picki. The first thing Protus heard when he walked in was applause. Chicki Picki Supreme was standing on the ground and clapping to Protus. This extremely confused him, so he stopped moving. Congratulations, you won. I always wondered who was stronger, Mishra or you. And you proved that even without special powers, you're better. Awesome. Good job, Protus, she said while smiling. I'm confused. I came here to kill you and end you for good. Why are you happy? Said Protus while being actually confused. We can fight right now, and you'll probably win. But I have an offer for you. You're the smartest and the strongest human I have ever seen. So I want to offer you a partnership. I can help you achieve anything you desire. Anything. My technologies are so advanced, literally anything you want is possible. We can work together to make the world a better place and get rid of those who make it worse. She pointed at Frank when she was finishing her speech. You're evil to the bone. You tortured my friends and killed so many innocent people. I will never fucking join you. And you make this world way worse than it should be. So I will get rid of you, said Protus confidently. Everyone has their reasons, she smiled. But I won't let you kill me that easily. The Supreme Chicki Picki launched from the floor and started flying around, summoning wind and small tornadoes. But if it was just air, it would not have been that bad. It was poisonous, and it blurred Protus's vision. He was trying to shoot his arrows, relying on the sound of the wings, but he kept missing, and she kept punching him from different directions. Protus was about to die, so he decided to shoot one more arrow randomly, hoping that it would at least scratch her. Luckily for Protus, the arrow hit the Supreme Chicki Picki directly in the heart, causing her to fall to the ground, and the wind immediately stopped. Protus went to the dying Supreme Chicki Picki and looked down on her. Your path is done. Was it worth it? He asked her. She managed to grin. Every single minute, she said calmly, waiting for her death. He splashed her with a cyan potion. What was that for? I'm dying anyway. You can slice my throat to make it faster, she asked him. Free? This is to free my friends from being mind-controlled. She managed to do a little chuckle. I was not the one controlling them. He was. She pointed at the door, and Protus saw Mishra running towards them. No, please, Chicki Picki, stay with me. This is nothing. You'll be alright. Mishra bent on his knees and held the Supreme Chicki Picki in his arms. She smiled at him and said, please do what I asked you to do. This was her final words, and her body just disappeared, went to non-existence in Mishra's arm, leaving nothing behind. Mishra was frozen on the floor, and Protus didn't even feel like killing him. Though we were enemies, he felt a little bad for him. Protus started going towards the exit of the room, completely forgetting about Frank. However, he couldn't leave the room. He was charged by the other players. The effect ran out, and he used a potion on the wrong person. Guys, come on, it's me, Protus! We were just growling and making weird noises, trying to pull him apart. Don't you remember our space adventures, our little community? But nothing helped. It was his end. So he screamed for the last time. Remember Mishra, the bitch killing Frank all the time? Players stopped pulling him apart. And it was almost like their eyes started to look clear again. Like they were themselves. Guys, do you remember me? Protus said happily. Yes, we do, and we are sorry. We said at the same time and started laughing. They all started laughing and hugging. Protus updated everyone that Chicki Picki is no more. Mishra, meanwhile still on the floor, isn't moving, wasn't crying, just sitting there with zero emotions, kind of like he was frozen. But as soon as he heard everyone celebrating her death, something had flicked in his brain. All he was able to scream was, "You!" And everyone in the room immediately stopped as the atmosphere shifted immediately. Everyone felt warm simultaneously, like a firestorm was going on nearby. Oh my god. I'm more focused on the background than the script, lol. Mind control turned them into rabid dogs? Well, pretty much, yeah. Alright, so... no questions so far? No questions, guys? Okay, let's do the next chapter because it's kind of like very connected chapters for real. Chapter 5. The new leader. You fucking killed her? Mishra screamed out in pure rage. She had to die. You were obsessed. Everyone else controlled. She was a danger. Now there's no more. We're free. Protus said calmly. You destroyed everything I had! Everyone I had! Mishra said on the edge of fully sleeping in his rage. You don't understand, Mishra. It had to be done. Otherwise, everything would have been destroyed. Protus screamed out loud. Oh, buckle up! Now everything will be destroyed. And exactly you and everything and everyone you love. Mishrop has lost it. You will never replace her. You're not a fucking threat. You're just a little Mishrop, an internal failure. Nothing you ever want, you achieve, screamed Protus. We will see who is a failure and who is a pile of fucking ash. Mishrop said like he wasn't even there anymore. A crown of fire appeared on his head. And the only word he said, with both his eyes shining red: burn. And the hellfire bursted out of his body. It was like a furnace, but nothing was burned except the people. There were tornadoes of fire coming from everywhere on the players. So powerful that only ashes would have been left if the guys who had teleportation abilities hadn't teleported everyone out of the fucking building. But a tornado of fire chased them for a very long time. After multiple hours of running, many forests burned out. Many innocent mobs killed, the original and the new ones. The tornado stopped when the players were about to give up. And the voice of Mishrop was heard from it. Never, ever stand in my fucking way, or all of you will be killed, and I won't stop till Protus pays fully for what he did. No need to return home. It is gone. Goodbye forever. Mishrop regained his consciousness on the floor. Rage had fully consumed him. He started crying. And now that Supreme Chicki Picki was gone, had no friends, and his happiness was shattered forever. Nothing now could fix it. No matter how much he can try to follow the ideas of the Supreme Chicki Picki, there's nothing, no exact plan of what he can achieve that could make him happy. And now he had a massive red mark over his head. His ex-friends will definitely come back for him after his anger episodes and try to do something to stop him. Mishrop was fully realizing how fucked he is in this situation, and that his free life is now only one thing left that is worth protecting. One of the managers of Chicki Picki walked in and said, "This is the end. They have no leader. I think it's time to give up." Mishrop, without even waking up from the floor, made a circle of fire around the chicken manager. "Want to become a grilled chicken and my lunch?" said Mishrop while still shaking. "No, please, I beg, I have a family," he said while pleading for his life. "Well, I don't. Why should I care?" said Mishrop while making the circle smaller and smaller. "Please, I will do anything." The chicken fell on its knees, begging for its life. "Anything? Good. Go and tell everyone there is a new leader, Mishrop. And now everyone needs to go on a defensive position till I figure out what to do fucking next. Alright? Or I will turn you into a grill," Mishrop said while smiling. "Alright, anything for you, boss. I mean, leader." Straight after the circle disappeared, Chicken ran out of the room, thanking God for its life. Who is Chicki Picki? Alright, she was the Supreme Chicken, and like Supreme Chicki Picki, she was a chicken, but she was very smart. She was able to like create a lot of things, a lot of different experiments, and she managed to make herself a human body. Her main goal was to like stop the how's it called, the extinction of the old mobs and them to be replaced with new Minecraft mobs. But now her goals are a bit more evil, I would say, because like how she executed her first goal was through violence and war, and now she's dead. And Mishrop is my character, and currently he's the new leader of the Chicki Picki organization. Chapter 6: Doubts. Oh, hold on. Let me. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. So Chicki Picki last breath. Yeah. It's insane. Whew, we're halfway. We're chapter 6 out of 12 or something like that. Chapter 6: Doubts. Slowly, anger of Mishrop started to go away, leaving nothing behind. Only emptiness and sadness remained. He felt like there was an endless deep pit in his stomach which he was eating him apart from the inside. Couldn't handle it, so he sat down on the floor and closed his eyes. Thoughts started to come up in his mind, and the feeling of a self-doubt came back, which he had felt since he joined the Chicki Picki organization. So basically, it kind of like stopped making him self-doubt, but now it does. She's gone, and I'm nothing without her. I don't deserve to be a leader. I'm a failure, and now everything is going to crumble. I just wish there was a way to bring her back. I will never replace her. He was thinking, and his thoughts were becoming darker until there was a glimmer of hope. You were the smartest being in this world. Now, you didn't think of a way to cheat death. That's impossible. Mishra said this out loud and then rushed to the lab. He decided to see everything there, made a device to bring it back the dead or resurrect someone. His self-doubt fully consumed him, and he would rather try to bring back the dead rather than accept and try to come up with a plan of action. He arrived at the lab of the Supreme Chicki Picki. There was so much equipment, but none of them mentioned anything about resurrection or any plans to bring back the dead. He spent multiple hours trying to find anything of that sort, but failed. There was nothing, absolute emptiness. Mishrop collapsed on the floor and started crying and speaking out loud as he couldn't hold it inside. Why did you leave me alone? He sobbed. Why did you have to die? I'm not worth it to be a leader. I will never be like you. You were smart and I'm a fucking idiot. There's nothing I can fucking do. I just wish you were here. I'm sorry for failing you and not saving you. Mishrop calmed down a bit and tried to lift himself up, but his hand caught on a shelf handler. He opened it, and there was a golden device with a green crystal in the middle. A note written by the Supreme Chicki Picki. On the note was written, "This is the first prototype to control the monsters. Use by putting it on your hand and think of the hostile mob you want to summon." Mishrop read the note very quickly and put the device on his hand, and the ember lighted up. He thought of skeletons and zombies, and they appeared in front of him. But instead of attacking him, they kneeled in front of him. Mishrop was really surprised, but satisfied. And an intensive thought crossed his mind, an intrusive thought. What if I try to summon her? Maybe I will be able to. He thought as hard as he could about the Chicki Picki Supreme, but nothing happened, except crystal lighted up red for a split second. No, please, I beg you, work, bring her back! He screamed in despair, but nothing happened. It just lighted up red again for a few seconds. He collapsed on the floor once more. Miss your girlfriend, don't you? Mishrop immediately turned around. He heard this voice before. It was Frank the cow. He was in the room, in his cell, watching Mishrop break down and his attempts to bring the Supreme Chicki Picki back. A few seconds before, he could finally free his mouth, but he was still stuck under the golden net, which prevented his abilities from working on or moving around much either. She's not my girlfriend, Mishrop answered while standing up from the floor. She certainly was. Otherwise you wouldn't have been crying over her so much, Frank answered while smiling. You don't understand. She was my best friend, my only real friend. Now I have nothing left. Mishrop said sadly. I can help you bring her back. Just remove the net so I can use my abilities. I myself can't die, and I can bring her back for you, Frank said with a spark in his left eye. Wait, you will do it for me? Mishrop was about to remove the net, but he could almost hear the Supreme Chicki voice saying no. So Mishrop snapped out of it. You're fucking lying! You just want to escape and use my sadness to trick me. Mishrop screamed out loud. Frank laughed. You're smarter than I thought. First of all, I can't bring back the dead. And second, I'm so happy that this fucking bitch is dead. Now I'll be rescued in no time. You're not a threat. You're fucking pathetic. Frank finished his little monologue, but was terrified immediately. Because of instead of tears, he saw a smile on Mishrop's face. I'm pathetic, maybe. But while we have some time, why shouldn't we have some fun? Bishop sat with a smile on his face and grabbed with scissors and started cutting some mushrooms off Frank's back, while Frank was screaming in pain. You'll pay for every word you said about her. He was saying it with every mushroom he cut off. After 5 minutes, Frank blacked out from losing so much blood. But Bishop only cut a few mushrooms, so Frank was still a mushroom cow. After that, Bishop felt a lot better and started studying everything in the lab and reading every note from the Supreme Chicki Picki he could find. Whew. Wow. Wow. Insane. Okay, chapter 6. One of my favorite chapters, but there is so much more to come. Timur Mu highlighted message. A pomme. An apple. Yeah, I'm speaking fucking French. Fun Boy said chapter 6. Yeah, chapter 6, bro. Insane. Alright. Let's fucking go. Chapter 7. The solution. You didn't forget about Protus meanwhile, did you? After the tornado of fire dissipated, the players were finally able to rest. Everyone was thinking that we needed some time to rest after being mind controlled for so long, but Protus was against it. Guys, you don't understand. Bishop is currently broken. We must not give them time to come up with a new plan. We need to prepare a plan to stop them. Before he even finished speaking, he realized that everyone looks so fucking tired and they just need some fucking rest. Alright, fine everyone. Let's make a camp here and tomorrow we will discuss a plan of what to fucking do. Everyone cheered. We started to build a camp and in a few hours everyone fell asleep and slept for a very long fucking time. Protus woke up first and called everyone to the campfire to tell his darkest secret, which could help stop Mishap and end the organization for good. Oh my god. Everyone came up to the campfire and started listening to learn this secret, which Protus kept to his heart. A long time ago, before Mishap betrayed us and before we even heard about the Chicki Picki organization, I was in a stronghold and it's in the library there was an interesting book. The book was called The Sword of Banishment. That sword is the only way to get rid of a player for good. If we slay Mishap with his sword, he'll be forever trapped in the world of the banished. Everyone gasped. I didn't tell anyone about this because I was scared someone might use it for a wrong reason. And in the book it stated that only beings with the strongest will may use it, or both the user and the person who is slayed will get trapped together forever. He said with a little regret in his voice. I didn't save the book. Everyone started booing. Silence! I saved the coordinates of the temple where it's located, but it might be fucking dangerous. Everyone cheered. Everyone was excited to find the sword. They all agreed to go right now to the courts and get the sword. After picking up everything they went on the way, like packing the food and stuff. After a few hours of walking, they realized that the temple is most likely underwater. They crafted boats to swim to it, and they were right, it was underwater. Protus said, we need to come back to get potions of water breathing and a lot of them because it's probably gonna take a lot of time. One of the players claimed that his new power was water breathing and that he could be underwater as long as he wanted, and he agreed to go in alone and get the sword. He went into the water and went deeper and deeper and deeper till he finally saw the temple. He swam into it. He fought against a ton of guardians, but there was no sword anywhere. He refused to give up and kept swimming for hours until he stumbled on a door with a riddle on the wall. He tried to break in, but couldn't break the wall. He realized that he needed to solve a riddle to get in. The riddle on the wall was something that everyone fears, but no matter where you hide it or not, it will get you in the end. But without it, life wouldn't be valued as much. The player was stumbled. He didn't know what he fears, but makes his life better in any way. Then he realized that it must be not a player who wrote this, and what mobs fear is death. But without it, they probably are more like the players who can risk their lives and not lose as much. But here he is to practically get a weapon that can finally get off a player for good. He screamed out loud because he was able to speak underwater as well. Death! The answer is death. The doors opened and there was a big netherite sword stuck in the stone and a note engraved in the stone. Use with caution as you might get banished with your enemy. He removed the sword with all his might and was barely able to swim up with the sword to the surface. The players were waiting, but most of them were thinking he died there. Everyone was surprised when he resurfaced with a massive sword in his fucking hand. They fastly went to the beach and put the sword in front of them. They couldn't decide for a long time who should use it to kill Mishra, as everyone was scared we might go down with him in the land of the banished. Being stuck forever with Mishra would be a truly fate worse than fucking death. I'm not scared. I'm down to sacrifice myself, even if it means that I'll be stuck forever with this fucking idiot. At least you guys will be saved and the organization will be destroyed for good. But Protus picked up the sword and it lighted up sign in his hand and everyone cheered. They were ready for an attack. Oh my god. For real. Alright. Alright. Just a few more chapters, guys. We're more than halfway there. We're more than halfway there. But chapter 8. If you guys have any questions, I'm gonna give you like one more second. You can type something like, you know, hold on. Because I'm like not reading chat between when I'm like reading chapters. So like, you know. 1, 2, 3. Okay, no questions. Oh, that's pretty fucking awesome. Okay, let's go. Chapter 8. The Sword of Banishment. Mishra's first order of business was a full defense of the facility, as he knew the players would attack soon. He summoned as many monsters as he could for protection, but he knew they wouldn't be much of a use. He used a similar strategy as last time, but this time he'll be protecting both the last room with a bunch of monsters. Players saw how the security had increased, and there were countless skeletons, zombies, and wardens, as well as endermans, so they decided to teleport inside to avoid the fight. Mishra was not alerted, so he was just sitting and reading the notes of the Supreme Chicki Picki about different equipment and what they do. Mishra looked at them and realized there was no time to summon a bunch of mobs, as he was planning to summon them after he was alerted, rather than have constant noises of zombies and weren't distracting him from reading in the room. He smiled at them, hid the notes, and started talking. "Welcome back, friends! What brings you here today?" he said calmly, trying to play off being caught completely off guard. "We are here to bring you down. This sword of banishment," Protus pointed at the sword in his hand. "It will trap you in the world of the banished when I slay you with it. So give up now and go with us, or else you'll be gone forever." He screamed out loud. Mishra laughed in his face. "Would have been actually scary if I had something to fucking lose. But now I have nothing to lose. So bring it on. I will burn you all," he screamed, and the fire started out of his hands. Everyone lunged on him. 2 guys teleported to him, but it was a mistake. His fire was so strong, but they fell on the ground with massive burns and stopped moving. Mishra started laughing menacingly and manically, and now went for the attack. He started creating fireballs out of his hands and shooting into the players like a ghast, and the fire was so strong, but even players who had enhanced strength started falling to the ground in pain. Protus was dodging every fireball, as he couldn't rely on any powers, so he was the most focused and the most alerted person. When Mishra got angry. "Try to dodge this, you prick!" Mishra made a gesture with his hand and created a fire tornado once again. So Protus once more used his bow and the arrow and shot through the fire in the rough direction where Mishra was, hitting Mishra straight in the chest. A loud crack was heard and the fire immediately stopped. Mishra was on the floor, facing upwards. Protus walked up to him, It's truly our failure, aren't you? I thought you had something. Couldn't even make it as a leader for a few days. Protus said it while barely holding his laughter. You bitch. You damaged my fire module. You know how long I had to train to get used to it? And how painful the surgery was? Mishra said it with frustration in his voice, and he was coughing from the injury. Now you're useless. Prepare for the trip to the land of the banished, said Protus with a smile on his face. Oh please, do it. I'm tired of all of this. I'm a fucking failure, said Mishra through tears. But Protus lifted the sword above his hand and started chanting. Oh, the sword of the banishment, banish this individual forever and ever to the land of the banished and free us from... He couldn't finish that sentence. He was hit off his feet with a very powerful burst of wind, knocking every player off their feet. The sword flew, landing in the hand, wearing a fully white glove, but just appeared from the doorframe. The sword lighted up white as soon as it touched the hand. Oh my goodness gracious, that's insane. Chapter 9, The Return. Even before she showed up herself, even like everyone realized what just happened, but no one understood how was this possible. She was alive and better than ever. She flew in the room holding the sword of the banished in one of her arms, and she was smiling like never before. Mishra was shocked, same as everyone else in the room. What is up with you guys? You look like you just saw the ghost, she said while smiling. Protus was the first one who was able to speak. How the fuck? I killed you that time. You died in front of us. You were gone. Doesn't matter. I will do it again. Protus screamed out loud and shot at her, aiming at her chest. But the wind blocked the arrow, and the arrow flew in a different direction. The realization hit him. You died on purpose. You could have easily blocked it like that. But why and how are you back? He said while realization hit him, but now he's fully fucked. She laughed. You're smart, but not that smart. I studied you guys and Frank for a long time, so I was able to crack your little secret of immortality. And now you can shoot as much as you want. But I'll be back. I wasn't fully sure at the time, but I had to test it. And first of all, I wanted everyone to believe I was dead, so I could get some privacy time away from the spies and work on my plans. The second thing was I wanted to test Mishra on how good he actually is. And he was just a fucking crybaby, as I thought, who just needs attention. She stopped speaking for a second and flew up to Mishra. Mishra didn't hear what she said last because of how shocked he was. Oh my god, thank you so much for saving me. I'm so glad you're alive. I missed you a lot. He said and tried to hug her, but she distanced herself. Shut up! You're literally a fucking failure. You can't do anything yourself. Yeah, that fire thing was impressive. But now it's gone too. Without it, you're nothing. It was so easy to manipulate you. You're addicted to being appreciated and loved. You're like a little baby. Do anything to be approved or loved, at least by someone. You don't have a head of your own. And if your main goal in life is to have friends, you fucking failed or be loved. You can't do anything yourself. You're nothing. She said while being slightly frustrated. But you saved me. I helped you so much. Bishop said while nearly breaking into tears. I'm thankful for your help. But I don't need you anymore. So I just get out of here. I don't need a fucking failure crybaby on my team, has zero self-confidence and constantly relies on the hours to boost it even a little bit. You joined me in the first place because your friends don't love you enough or appreciate you. She said it with frustration in her voice. Mishra shut off, like he was disconnected from his brain, like he was fully gone on the outside, no emotions, no feelings. Everyone else also get out right now. I have the sword, which can banish you forever. So I'm giving you 5 minutes, and if you try to stand against me again, I will fucking use it. And take your friend. I think his mind is shattered and he won't be able to speak or move for quite a while, she said confidently. She flew up gracefully and started watching them, holding the sword of the Banished in her hands. Protus grabbed Mishrupt, while everyone else was telling him to just leave him here. Strong players picked up the knocked out ones and they all exited the facility, and the Supreme Chicki shut the door behind them. They were standing there in front of the door, not knowing what to do, because Mishrupt was not moving or speaking. He was deep inside of himself. The reality check that she gave him was a bit too much for his mind, and he also cared about her the most. And learning that she was just using him to manipulate him was too much for poor little Mishrupt. Everyone was telling Protus to just leave Mishrupt here, that he deserves it and stuff, but Protus wanted to try to speak with him. Protus came up to Mishrupt and grabbed his hand to bring attention to him. Mishrupt's eyes went clear for a second and he looked at Protus, and Protus started speaking. I'm sorry I was a bad friend to you. I never thought it was my fault that you joined her. I didn't realize that you felt underappreciated and not loved. That was fucked up, but she used it to manipulate you. Mishrupt stopped him with a gesture. Stop, please stop. I'm not going to apologize for what I did. And we will never be friends again. She's right. I always just was a crybaby begging for love and appreciation. I'm not going to beg it from you or any of you. I'm done. I need to change. Find things I want to do and not just be loved. But first, I need to bring that bitch fucking down and destroy this stupid organization. I want to do that with all my fucking heart. He finished his monologue and started walking away. Protus grabbed his hand to stop him. Don't you think it will be smart to work together to do it? Mishrupt threw Protus' hand off him. Fuck off. I don't need you, any of you, to do this. And if you ever cross me, try to stop me, I will fight you to death. Mishrupt said and started running from him somewhere north. Protus screamed stop, but Mishrupt didn't slow down. Protus wanted to run for him, but the other players stopped him, as they wanted nothing to do with Mishrupt after everything he did. So they all went back to the camp to discuss what to do next. That's fucked up. It is fucked up. Yeah, okay. So, chapter 10. Picki got the sword of the Banished. She's back in power, back in control. Mishrupt gone. So, our player is gonna be ready to face her off with such a disadvantage? Let's see. Some time has passed, and the players were living in a village, just enjoying their lives, too scared to face the Supreme Picki. The advantage is too high, and except for Protus, no one was ready to risk their lives to be eternally banished, which is fair enough. One day the frog arrived to the village and started talking to Protus. We need your help. We're afraid. The Supreme Picki is aware that we're spies, so she's not telling the exact plan to anyone. But it will start in a few days. We're scared, but the new war will come, and she will exterminate every single new mob, including me. She's too powerful now. The frog was almost drowning in tears. And Protus called them missing. And after listening to a frog, every single player said fuck no, cause now their lives are also in the danger. But before letting everyone go, Protus asked the frog to tell the full story of the Supreme Picki, and how she turned out like such a monster. So the frog told everything she knew about her, including that originally she was peaceful, and the declining spawn rates of the original mobs, and the Supreme Picki was humored at first, and then started the war, which equalized the spawn rate, but nearly took it too far. As well as Frog mentioned, Frank is still in captivity of the Supreme Picki, and he has been there for a long ass time. He'd been there like literally for like months or like, I don't know, like fucking years at this point. Protus made a decision for himself. I will help you. I don't care if I get banished. I will go alone if I have to. Then the players said they won't let him go alone and will go with him, and they're ready to die as well if they have to. No one even thought about Mishrupt having a shot of stopping the Supreme Picki alone, so he wasn't even brought up in the conversation. Frog haven't felt happier in her life. We started discussing the plan. The plan was very simple. The guys with the teleport ability teleport inside the building while holding everyone else's hands to go on together. Then people who can make sonic booms, like Warren, hit the Supreme Chicki Picki with it, and Protus catches the sword of and banishes her to the land of the banished. Everyone agreed and decided today was a perfect day to do it, because there would be no way and no time for information to spread that fast. So I went there and they tried to do a teleportation trick, but it didn't work. We just couldn't teleport inside like the last time for some reason. We tried multiple times, but it was for nothing. We decided to go the old-fashioned way. But as soon as we entered, monsters appeared, like we were waiting for them. We were strong. Stronger than before, but Protus managed to defeat them with the help of ours. So once again, we were in that cursed room. Chicki Picki Supreme used it because it was the most reinforced area against the invaders. Welcome back! She smiled at them while holding the sword of the banished. Come on! Strike her now! Protus screamed. But no sonic booms were shot or heard. The two guys were standing there with open mouths, like two fools. The Supreme Chicki Picki started clapping. You're probably wondering why your abilities don't work, she said calmly. I made those fucking abilities and I know how to block them and disable them. So I installed a bunch of blockers and disablers for your abilities around this building. This is your last chance to leave. And never show up again or I will kill you. I'm way stronger than any of you, she said and started laughing. Protus screamed, I'm so fucking done, and charged at the Supreme Chicki Picki. But unfortunately the lights went out for a few seconds, and after those few seconds, everyone was lying on the ground because the wind and the Supreme Chicki was in air, smiling. You never learn, Protus, do you? Well, I guess. If I punish you, then your little team will lose motivation to try to stop me, don't you think? She said it while smiling and passing the sword of the banished. Everyone froze. Do it, bitch! Screamed Protus. As you say, Captain, said Chicki Picki Supreme, flew up to him, and was about to start chatting. She opened her mouth, and then she was pulled to the ground! Like all of a sudden, gravity became 10 times stronger. Oh, what the hell? She was able to scream before hitting the ground. Through the door, Mishrop walked in like a total fucking badass, holding his thumb downwards. And there were 10 people behind him, all wearing red robes with their faces covered in the red hoods. Everyone remained calm. The Brotherhood of Flint is in the building. Mishrop said it almost like it was an official announcement over an intercom. God damn. Anyways, the Brotherhood of Flint, chapter 11. It was quite clear that Mishrop was the leader of this specific group, as he immediately started giving in orders. Two of you cover her, he pointed at the Supreme Chicki Picki, in the silver net that should suppress her abilities. The others who weren't holding the net all had some weird-shaped guns like futuristic sci-fi style. The rest of you wait and maintain the high gravity for everyone in this room. No one is exiting out of here until I say so. Mishrop ordered with confidence, and surprisingly, they listened to him. I see you found yourself some new friends, said Protus. Oh, shut up, bitch. You took so long to attack. We were checking every day, so you finally have the balls to distract her. And then we would have been able to steal the good stuff. It took so long, but tomorrow we would have been ready to raid her ourselves with those new guns of ours. Mishrop pointed at the guns and smiled. Protus tried to pick up the sword of banishment, but Mishrop looked away to point at the guns. His hand was so close, but gravity was so strong. Sword was almost started to glow sign again. And nobody. I'm sorry, but the sword is mine now. Mishrop made a gesture with his hand and sword flew right into his hand. And it started glowing fully red. Oh, I love this feeling, said Mishrop and smiled. But anyway, Protus, I don't want to speak to you. So just hold on there for a few minutes. And we will let you and your friends go after I chat with Chicki. Right now, if we disable gravity, she might try to get away, you know? He pointed at the Supreme Chicki Picki and walked up to her. Hi Chicki, my dear friend. Long time no see. Thanks for opening my eyes back in the day. It's really made my life a lot better. Not seeking love and doing what I want is such a bliss. Thank you, he smiled at her. The supreme Picki under the net looked so angry that her eyes were trying to burn him alive. But none of her powers were working. She said, "Come on, do it. What's the point of waiting? But you must know that killing me won't change your core. You're still a love-craving baby, an attention-seeking whore." She said with so much spite that everyone in the room felt discomfort, except Mishrop and people in the red robes. It was hard to tell even if they had feelings, as their faces were hidden under the hood. Mishrop started laughing. "Oh, kill you? I would never. I just want you to feel what I have felt when I learned that our friendship was a manipulation." So this stole this. He pulled out the energy core. Among other things, he pointed at the silver net. We figured that the first prototype of power suppression of Frank should work on you too. And we were fucking right. "You took the energy core?" She screamed in fear. "Yes, we did. While we were distracting you, we took the energy core. Now most of your funny toys won't work anymore. And soon the light will go out again, as the reserve will run out in about an hour." Bishop was laughing while saying it. "But you're an idiot! How did you figure it out, everything? Who are those people?" She was about to have a breakdown, but was barely holding herself together. "In the Brotherhood of Flint, we helped each other, and we have an engineer straight from hell. He really liked your notes. They were very interesting." She was in shock. She couldn't believe her eyes or ears. Mishrop is a fucking failure. So, that simply didn't make enough sense. "I will not kill you. Just for you to watch as the work of your life, this stupid organization falls apart. And the Brotherhood of Flint rises. Now that I think about, we will use this building as well. So, guys, please grab them and put them outside." Members of the Brotherhood of Flint were about to pick them up, but Mishrop stopped them. "Oh, one more thing. If any of you try something funny in the future, an attack or something on us, I will get rid of you for good." He pointed at a sword, which was shining bright red. It almost realized he was talking about it, and it bursted out some fire. After he finished the sentence, the members of the Brotherhood picked up everyone and brought them to a main entrance, and Mishrop shut the door, saying his final goodbyes to Protus and the Supreme Picki and the rest of the players. Chapter 12. The End. Question mark? The Brotherhood members all put them down on the floor and fixed their gravity so they could walk again, and walked back in the building, not saying a word to them. Protus stood up first, and then every hour player. The Supreme Picki couldn't stand up, as she was covered by net, and the silver was too heavy for her to do anything. Everyone told Protus that he should kill her, but he silenced everyone with his hand and walked up to her. She started speaking first. "Please, do what they say. I lost everything I worked for. Now they're in control, and they have everything, and even Frank is with them now. If you kill me now, I will die for good. This net surely prevents my immortality. So do it, I beg you. I deserve nothing more." Protus looked at his sword. Look at the face of Supreme Picki. She was begging him to kill her. He shook his head and threw the sword out of his hand off the hill. Everyone gasped except for the Supreme Picki and Protus. Protus held his hand out to help the Supreme Picki to stand up. Everyone froze, waiting if she would take his hand or not. This is the end for now. This is where it ends. Yeah, this is the end of part 2. Yeah, everyone froze, even the story. Oh my god, 12 fucking chapters. That's insane. How long did this fucking take? 1 hour and 15 minutes. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, that's insane. I even pasted the word count here. I think it's the old one. Yeah. Shit. Okay, well, the word count is around It's around like 9k. Hold on. Let me see. Word count. Yeah. 9,728. Oh, Jesus Christ. So guys, I don't think there's gonna be a part 3 which is gonna be called Chicki Picki, but there might be a sequel if you want. If you want a sequel, I've thought about it. It's gonna be called the Brotherhood of Flint. Basically, it's gonna talk about what Mishra has been doing, like, you know, between chapter 11 and chapter 10. Yeah, no, not I mean like chapter 9 and chapter 10. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Fucking shit. So it's up to you guys. Do you want a sequel? Do you want a sequel? I don't know, man. Like I can easily write a fucking sequel. I already have ideas for it. But like if you don't want it, like, you know, it's fair enough. I'm just gonna do something else instead, like, you know. So yeah, up to you. But damn, oh my god, I really enjoyed writing it, to be honest. I spent like how many, like maybe 2 days, 3 days, so it's not like the most polished it could fucking be. Could be like so much better, but yes, I need more things to listen to while editing, lol. Oh my, sure. And also interesting. Yeah, all right, sure. I'll make a part 3 which is going to be called the Brotherhood of Flint. Apple. Yeah. What are you editing, by the way? That's pretty cool. Oh my god. I'm also writing an in-between book as well, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, we're kind of, the in-between book is gonna be way later, but after in-between. Ooh, so there's gonna be another fucking book which is gonna be way longer. This is not even gonna be a fanfic, but yeah, the next Brotherhood of Flint will be a fanfic. I crashed the economy on some SMP I'm on. Oh, cool. That's awesome. What's your YouTube channel? I'm gonna check it out later. That'd be cool. Yeah. Oh, I'm so fucking tired. Oh my god, that was insane. 1 hour 20 minutes of just pure fucking reading. 51 pages. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna be posting this as a link as well. So yeah. The chat is gonna be the first one to receive it, yeah. Boom. Don't have any actual videos on it right now. Oh, okay, fair enough. They're just starting out. That's cool. Oh damn, somebody's already on it. Insane. Cool. Ooh, well, alright. Well, thank you for watching, Timur. Thank you for watching, everyone. Funbite. Thank you, Magma C. Thank you, lovely Onyx. Thank you, like, man, thanks everyone. Like, you know, it was fun. And I'll be streaming more tomorrow, probably, most likely, yeah. More building. Yeah. And other things. Alright, bye bye. Thank you, everyone.